estamos. Y ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days and it's been weeks and he hasn't said anything. Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best sacrifice for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! Porque la Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.
Good evening to everybody. Volume always goes up. Apologize for that. Is the adjustment of every live feed. I want to say God bless everybody that is watching. God bless my country of Mexico, our city of Tijuana, and God bless the United States of America. Let's thank God for giving us 2 legs, 2 arms, a heart that we can feel, and eyes that we can see, and mind that we can think. How's everybody doing? Good morning to everybody. We were live a few moments ago, like around an hour ago, from a particular place where it was breaking news last night as the cartel activity and the organized crime activity has been horrible in our city. Ben Berquam, our colleague, and myself reported on Friday the attack on 3 police cars. They were bombed with Molotov bombs by the cartel CGNG. And on Wednesday, they promoted a video threatening the government of Baja California and telling the government of Baja California, if you don't return the shipment of that you confiscated of tons of drugs, substances that you stole from us, we will attack you. And it's not only that you need to return the substance. Now you need to comply with what we say and what we tell you to do. That inevitably it trickled to the government responding. We are not going to be subject to negotiation with the cartel. So it initiated a war. Now, days after, the government releases a statement. The cartel, the organized crime releases a statement saying, you want us to stop, but you want $4 million in return for the drugs. That is not going to happen, so we're going to retaliate. And they retaliated, and they bombed 3 police cars on Thursday. This past weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday has been one of the most bloody weekends since 2021 started. Apparently, more than 10 assassinations occurred around our city. And it has been a turn of events horrible until, ajuste de cuentas, like we called it over here. That is adjustments. And it is people that they are involved, that they have, consequences. And this has been a consequence of another consequence of another consequence. And this is not stopping until the government responds to the claims of the cartel CGNG that they say that they confiscated a shipment, a huge shipment of drugs from the organized crime. This is yesterday around 7 o'clock at night. A fiscal agent from the fiscal general of the state of investigations was assaulted and was gunned down, but he survived. And they were found at the scene of crime 19 bullet caskets. 19. And ultimately, this led to a huge operation, as you're seeing right here. Thanks to El Imparcial de Tijuana for allowing me to use his notes. El Imparcial was there. They took a photo. And the whole, I was right there today in the morning. The whole operation and around the building was, the perimeter was vigilated by the authorities. And ultimately, there was a lot of officers right there protecting the officer that it was gunned down. He only received a bullet wound in the stomach and the abdominal area. He survived. And later this morning, he was moved to, another hospital where he is being taken care of. Now, this is a situation why the title of the video says the left does not say the truth, because you're saying that there's no crisis at the border. Ultimately, there's by saying there's no crisis at the border is this. The border is not only the migrant crisis for all you politicians and Congress people that they live in the United States comfortably on the White House, just giving decisions and telling us that we do not need to be militarizing our country, that we need civil police. Imagine this with civil police. If you say that to every citizen in Tijuana, they're going to laugh at your face. To all you Congress people, you're a laughter with that decision. And for me to tell you, you're telling us there is no border at the crisis and it is a challenge. Try to tell that to a young kid that is hearing gunshots at around 10 or 11 or 12 o'clock at night, and you tell him, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's fireworks." When you walk outside of your house and there's somebody laying down on the floor that just got shot, don't worry about it, son. He's playing doctor right there. When you see body parts at a trash can, or you see a body in the back of a car, don't worry about it. They're playing hide and seek. But this is not a crisis. This is not only just a migrant crisis. This is ultimately a crisis that is in security crisis. For us Mexicans, we know what is going on the other side of the border. And this is a security crisis. And the report right here says this. An agent from the fiscal general of the state was wounded with a gun registered outside of his home around 7 o'clock in the evening. The victim, his name is Jose Sebastian Leiva, and he resulted injured by projectile bullets. The attack was in front of his house. This is, his house where the attack was. As you see, the perimeter was surrounded by police cars. And the automobile that he was attacked was exactly like this Taurus, this Taurus, this car right here in the middle, the white car. It was kind of like that one that he was attacked. And it says, off the record, they told us that there were 19 bullet caskets found on the floor. The agent was moved, and it was translated to the Cruz Roja, that is a public hospital with injuries in the abdominal area. Now, this is what is going on in our city. There is right now the Department of Homeland Security, as I repeated in the morning, has told people that they live in the Calexico, California, that is the border that is with Mexicali, that is another municipal city on our state of Baja California. The Department of Homeland Security told the citizens of Calexico, do not travel Mexicali. And why they say that? Because there's a war between the Sinaloa cartel and the CGNG cartel. Right now, they're disputing the plaza. And it is insecure, and it's inevitably has caused a lot of, insecurities to the citizens, not only of Mexicali, but also the citizens of the whole state of Baja California. It is fully insecure right now, and it is just ridiculous that these people from the left in the United States of America, they don't know what the hell is going on in our country, and they are calling it as a challenge. The migrant situation, it is a challenge. But look how it changes, because now they're realizing that what Trump did with the wall and with the restrictions and all of that was kind of working. I will get that in a minute. But now they're reporting that there's more refugee asylum claims in Mexico. And this is going to be escalating little by little by little. And it is going to get worse for people that they're, actually thinking this is going to stop. This is going to get controlled. No, it's not. Meanwhile, Mexico is in the global compact of immigration. And meanwhile, the Mexican government still, it is involved with the United Nations. As I will do a report later on this afternoon, Claudia Sheinbaum, that is the governor of City of Mexico, is going to be in a virtual meeting with John Kerry and the globalists to talk about climate change. Now they're emboldening Mexico in the climate change and in the Paris deal agreements. That Mexico already signed the Paris deal, but now it's coming all together, and John Kerry is the leader. I will do a report later on this afternoon and talk about that, how the globalists now, they're mixing climate change with immigration. It is all this a globalist agreement. But going back to this, it says right here, this article, that the refugee claims have escalated. It says right here, aumentan refugiados, se necesitan recursos. So ACNUR, that is the commission, the highest commission of the United Nations of Refugees, has said that they need more resources because refugees are coming strongly in through the border of Mexico, and there's needs more resources because they have more than 11,000 people from Haiti. More than 11,000 people from Haiti. They have them in the border of Haiti. Now, you want to hear something that is quite interesting. This is an audio about a person from Haiti. And let me just share his image right here for people to watch. As I am going to elaborate how there's a lot of people from Haiti right now in Tapachula, that is with Guatemala. Now, let me just tell you what this article says. So it says that they need more resources, that the people from the migrants over there, ACNUR, that is the Commission of the United Nations of Refugees, says we need more resources. And the article says this: Joseph Herreros, the official of protection of ACNUR in Mexico, he said that they are growing of the asylum refugee solicitants, and that has been increasing through the years. But this stopped to the 2020, COVID year. The recommendation that we have done is to strongly create a better capacity for COMPARTE, that is the Commission of Refugees, and we have increased a 35%. Imagine that. They have increased this year a 35%. And in the first trimester of the year, COMPARTE has received 31% more of asylum and refugee claims than in the last year period. 76%, that is in the first trimester, more than the first trimester of 2019. So this is going to inevitably grow. This is going to be a factor that a lot of people are not understanding. This is going to grow more and more and more. And this is a person by the name of his name is Wilner Metalus. His name is Wilner Metalus. As I am going to put him here on the screen. Wilner Metalus, he is a person from Haiti that he is in charge of the Citizens Committee of Defense of Naturalizations of Afro-Mexicans in Mexico. This is what he had to say about, you know, the situation right now with people from Haiti in Tapachula.
Hacemos un llamado al gobierno mexicano.
We make a calling to the government of Mexico
Para regularizar a los 11,000 migrantes haitianos.
to regularize. We make a calling to the government of Mexico to regularize the 11,000 migrants from Haiti
Varados en la frontera sur
that they are in the south border
de la sur, en Tapachula, Chiapas.
in Tapachula, Chiapas.
Me parece justo los migrantes haitianos tienen 3 años.
It is not fair that the migrants have been there, the Haitians have been there for more than 3 years
En Tapachula
in Tapachula.
están viviendo en situaciones vulnerables
They are living in vulnerable situations,
y el gobierno no quiere regularizarlos.
and the government of Mexico does not want to regularize them.
Por eso exigimos
That is why we are demanding
al gobierno
to the government
mexicano
of Mexico
regularizar a nuestros hermanos migrantes haitianos.
to regularize our brothers of Haiti in the country of Mexico.
Los migrantes haitianos no son delincuentes,
The migrants from Haiti, they're not criminals.
son personas que salieron de Haití por falta de oportunidades.
They are people that they exiled from Haiti because of the lack of opportunities. And he adds this.
Y reafirmo, los migrantes haitianos
And they affirm the Haitian migrants,
no representan amenaza
they don't present no threat
para nuestros hermanos mexicanos.
to our brothers in Mexico.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much. That is this man. It is Wilner Metalus. He's the president of the Citizens Committee of Defense of Naturalizations of People from Africa and Haiti. So this is the current situation. As I just put, the left is lying. The left doesn't say that there's 11,000 people from Haiti waiting for a refugee claim in Tapachula. The left is lying. The left doesn't even say right now the current situations, which the migrants are going through in Tapachula. This is only talking about the situation that is occurring in Tapachula, not talk about the situation that is occurring right now in the borders of Bronzeville, Matamoros, not only talking about the borders that is in Sonora, in Piedras Negras, Coahuila, not only talking about the borders in Texas, not talking about the borders in Tijuana, in California. This is only 11,000 that they are awaiting for the opportunity to move forward into the north. Now, this is why this citizen is one of the leaders of the human rights of people from Haiti. And now you see this article that is releasing that is saying the refugee asylum solicitants have increased in a 35%. That is more than it was on the year 2019 and up to ultimately the year 2020. Why the left? Why the left is not talking about this? Why the left? It is inviting a huge invitation to everybody in the world, but they're not saying anything about the situation which is happening in Tapachula, where people are struggling with food, struggling with water, struggling with living. The kids are struggling over there, and you have a huge invitation in your borders, but you don't worry about people, how they're struggling in Central America, South America, and their transportation from Haiti to the continent of America, Africans migrating from Africa to Europe. You don't care about that. You only care about your narrative that is opening up your borders. You don't see the United Nations and those particular parts helping these people. You don't see the Commission International of Human Rights going over there and fighting in Valle Hondo with the Guatemala National Guard. You don't see none of that. And that has escalated people into all of this that is happening, has escalated into this situation now. And this is crazy because you think, oh, everything is controlled. The left is saying, you know what? Everything is all right. Nothing is happening. There's no border crisis. There's no crisis at all. Right? Nothing is happening. It is a challenge, how they're saying it, how they're calling it. It is a challenge. So in the meantime, where all of this is coming, and when we have, as a country of Mexico, a humongous problem with this, Arizona Attorney General sues the federals for stopping the border wall construction. This has caused an enormous stress into citizens in the borders. And a lot of citizens in the borders are concerned to how the Biden administration is going to be handling the security measures in every border. This goes and says Arizona Attorney General sues the feds for stopping the border construction. And the Arizona Attorney General is in the national spotlight again. He's suing the federal government for stopping the border wall construction. Attorney General Mark Vrnovich claims there is a massive environmental impacts of not building the border wall. And he says the administration needs to study that before the bulldozers leave. Also, he adds, under federal law, the National Environmental Protection Act says that before the federal government does something, they have to consider the environmental impacts. Also, he adds, it's not just about the 6 to 8 pounds of trash per person crossing the border that we're talking about. We're also talking about the population increases generally and what impact is that having on overall environmental and the environment. This is, he adds also, this is just pure political grandstanding. This lawsuit doesn't even pass the laugh test. And he said, he adds, lastly, they use thousands of pounds of dynamite to blow up mountains, to bulldoze indigenous sacred cities, to blow throughout wildlife refuges. So all of this that has been happening, you get to understand why there was security measures at a wall. You see how the left is lying. How in unbelievable you have a humongous problem over here, but you stop a construction of a wall was already there. For all you lefties, a wall was there with Reagan, George Bush, Reagan, Clinton, George Bush Jr., Barack Obama put a really nice wall for all you lefties. It's called a heat sensor wall, that it can detect people from coming close to the wall by 5 meters. It was put by Barack Obama. A wall has always been there. But now that all these situations has been happening, it is amazing. Say hello to Edgar right here. Saludos, Edgar. Un abrazo, pero hasta donde estés. Te mando un abrazo. Now this that is happening right here, it is unbelievable how, it is just how nobody's talking about it. The left does not say anything about it. Anything about this situation. And look how incredible everything drastically changes. Because they were criticizing the wall. They were criticizing, people like this individual right here, like Rashida Tlaib, like Alexandria Ocasio. They don't want countries to be militarized. But guess what, all lefties and the guy that it was commentating right now, that your feelings are hurt, saying, cállate, estúpida. To all of you guys, check this out. Isn't this, what the hell's going on? Ah, caray. Let me just try to understand what it says right there. What it says right there. Let me just try to understand. I will get it. I will give it just a few seconds. Ah, cabrón. Let me see if I understand clearly what it says right there. It says clearly right there, April 12, 2021, 9:10 p.m. it was released. Let me see if I understand clearly, because I remember this man saying, everybody come over, right? So you play with the migrants' feelings. So you play with their migrants' minds. You use them for your political gain and to win the election. And now that you see the humongous problem, more than 18,000 unaccompanied minors in the history of the United States, the highest number in the United States of unaccompanied minors. You see this article that says Biden reaches an agreement with 3 countries to try to keep migrants from reaching the southern border. Hold on a minute. Ah, cabrón. ¿Cómo está eso? How does that play out? I think I'm over exaggerating the Jeopardy music. How does that play out? Now, let me just So let me just remind you, back in 2019, Donald Trump had an agreement with the Mexican government. And he said, let me just remind you, to all you lefties, that you're going to get all your feelings hurt because you got, like this guy, cállate, estúpido. You know, you're going to get, oh, you're a narcissist. You're a xenophobe. You're such a racist. Oh, my God. You don't have no heart. You're so full of hate. All right. To all you guys, let me remind you what happened back in 2019. So you started seeing all this influx of migrants back in 2019. Horrible what it was happening. They were crossing through mountain seas, and it was just a horrible situation because they were migrating through horrible conditions. That is not humanitarian. For all you human rights, you know, that they are always, I'm for the human rights. That is not humanitarian. Putting people through migrate through jungle, seas, deserts, and whatever conditions, that is not humanitarian. All right? There needs to be a process. This is why the Globalist Compact of Immigration by the United Nations, it is a broken system. So Donald Trump comes and he says to the Mexican government, I'm going to tariff you 5% on the avocado, on the beer, and the automobile industry if you don't stop this influx of migrants right now. Immediately, Marcelo Ebrard, the international consular of Mexico, which, by the way, to all you lefties, he just released a statement 1 week ago saying that migrants are using kids to obtain the political asylum in the United States of America. No conspiracy theories to all you activist writers that they're getting to your feelings. Oh, my God. Inadmissible. To all your, like all your little things that you're imagining in your head. This is not a conspiracy theory. He released a statement. So he flies over to the White House, 2019. And he sits down with Mike Pompeo and he says to Mike Pompeo and Donald, you know what? We need to come to an agreement. And Donald Trump says, all right, protect the border, put your National Guard right there, and we have an agreement. So, AMLO and Marcelo Ebrard send 15,000 troops all around the borders. 15,000. Tapachula, the borders of Tijuana, the borders of Sonora, the borders of Texas, the borders of Matamoros, Tamaulipas, Piedras Negras, all the borders around. 15,000 National Guard officers, he says. And the migration was a little bit more regulated, documented, and it was regulated into some points that smugglers were going around, particular points. Traffickers were going around certain particular points, and it was contained. So, here we go again. All of a sudden, we get Biden that is saying, no, that is unhuman to militarize. And all the Democrats and all these Democrat liberals like Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, Alexandria Ocasio, Veronica Escobar, Gavin Newsom, all these people saying that we don't need militarization in other countries. And the 19 Democrats that send a letter to Anthony Blinken telling, hey, you need to tell Mexico to stop militarizing Mexico because they need civil police. Do you imagine what is going on right now with the cartels? And we need civil police. For God's sake, these people don't even know where they're living. But let's go to this document. So after what I told you about Donald Trump, look how similar it is. Exactly the same thing. All of a sudden, Biden and Jen Psaki are using the same strategy. What the hell? How in the hell that happened? And it says right here, this article released by the week, it says Biden reaches an agreement with 3 countries to try to keep migrants from reaching the southern border. Article released on Monday, April 12, 2021. It says the Biden administration has reached a deal with Mexico. What the? A deal with Mexico, Honduras, and Guatemala. Oh, the 3 of them. Oh, wow. To increase security at their borders in order to curb the increased migration at the U.S. southern border. Biden. But I thought that you were inviting 125,000. What happened? You told in the election that there was no child trafficking. You said to everybody that there was no trafficking of children, that did not existed. I remember you clearly in the debate. Somebody forgot about that? Did somebody forget about that? And then he says right here, the White House press secretary, Jen Psaki. You know what? Let me just do it. You know, the House, it says the House press secretary, Jen Psaki. Cause it ain't no circle back, girl. It ain't no circle back, girl. Cause it ain't no circle back, girl. It ain't no circle back, girl. It's my Jen Psaki. All of a sudden, Jen Psaki changes her mind. Holy cow, man. This is a clown show, really. And all these activists right here, they're just waiting on the $4 billion, like, come on, Biden, come on. Send us the $4 billion. Send us the $4 billion. So the White House press secretary, circle back girl, Jen Psaki, on Monday said that Mexico will keep 10,000 troops. Hold on a minute. You were complaining that Mexico was sending 15,000 troops in the Trump administration. You were criticizing Mexico for militarizing the borders with Trump and saying that Trump is a racist, a narcissist, a xenophobe. Oh my God, he's the worst because he's working with President AMLO on militarizing the borders and he's just oppressing the people. You were saying that. But now you're telling people and you change your mind all of a sudden. And right now, you changed your mind and you said, let's send 10,000 to the southern border. And the press secretary, Jen Psaki, on Monday said that Mexico will keep 10,000 troops stationed, and it is the southern border, and Honduras has deployed 7,000. So you got 17,000 troops. And then it says Honduras will keep 10,000. Honduras will deploy 7,000. And police officers and members of the military to its border. Guatemala has sent 1,500 police officers. So 10,000 from plus 7,000, that's 17,000 plus 1,500. That's 18,500 people. Is the left lying or not? Holy cow. And it says police officers and troops to its southern border. Excuse me because of my Mexican accent. And it says it will also set up 12 checkpoints. Holy cow. Talking about militarizing. And these people are, what the hell's going on? 12 checkpoints inside the country along a route that is taken by migrants. Oh. And it says Psaki says this. Psaki says, right here, Jen Psaki says, the objective is to make it more difficult to make the journey. Oh my God. Talk about racist. Talk about narcissists. Talk about not caring for their humanitarian right. Talk about Jen Psaki is the most hypocrite person that is talking about human rights. Look what she just said. The whole objective is to make it more difficult to make the journey. What the hell's going on? I thought that you guys were against this. Holy cow. Oh my God, the Republicans are so racist. I'm not a Republican, again, for all you leftist activist writers. He's a right wing. He hangs out with white supremacists. My God. He's such a racist, Oscar Blue, but he's like a brown, short Mexican. I don't care. He's such a racist. He's the worst. Look at his racist brown face. Doesn't he look despicable? He's so inadmissible. Hold on a minute. What the hell's going on right here? Am I reading right? So Jen Psaki, again, let me go back to the article, says that I will read from this part right here because it's so interesting on how Donald Trump was telling the Mexican government, protect your borders, send the troops. So the Mexican government sent 15,000 around all the borders, but all of a sudden Biden and Jen Psaki are doing it the same. And they're not only doing it the same, they're making this statement that is the most racist statement that I have heard from Jen Psaki. Says White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, circle back girl, on Monday said Mexico will keep 10,000 troops stationed at its southern border, and Honduras has deployed 7,000 police officers and members of the military to its border. Guatemala has sent 1,500 police officers and troops to their southern border and will also set up 12 checkpoints inside the country along a route of taken by migrants. Taken. Use this word, taken, for all you pancakes, all you cornflakes, lefties, activists. Look at the word taken. Remember, activist writer, what you were accusing? Taken. Look at the word. And then again, Psaki said, the objective is to make it more difficult to make the journey. To make it more difficult, it means for them to suffer more. And you're talking about that these people are fighting for the humanitarian right? If you're making it more difficult, what it means more difficult? Struggling with water, struggling with food, putting their children through difficult situations, jungles, deserts, seas. Is that helping? Is that helping? Is that for that humanitarian right? Is that for helping the people? Why does not the left and all these activist writers talk about this statement? Nobody talks about it. Nobody's saying anything about it. And it says last month, Border Patrol agents encountered almost 170,000 migrants at the U.S. South border, the highest number since March of 2001. So, is my question to Jen Psaki, is the left lying? And to all of you guys, is the left lying? By the way, that is a... I don't know why I got this ad right here on the side. Let me remove it. Is the left lying? Holy cow. I'm just reading articles. My God, this article right here is fire. This article right here is fire. I would like to go to the migrant camp and read them this article. And to all the activists, read them this article. So they will understand that they are being used for only a political purpose. Every time that I talk to a migrant, said you have more possibilities to migrate to Canada, that they are in the global compact of immigration. If you want a better job opportunity, Canada's accepting like this. You got family over here? Yes, there's a process. You got to do it like this. Oh, I didn't know that. You know, the lawyers are telling me that it's going to be easy. You know, tomorrow they're going to open up the border, so they make us stay over here in the camp. They brainwash us to make us stay over here in the camp. They throw money. They give us money. They put, you know, they give us, oh, they brought portable bathrooms. Hey, yeah, let's stay more. That means that it's working. Get truchas on. Amazing, huh? Wow, people. How's everybody doing? Also, I wanted to put a little video. Before I go, I visited the migrant camp this morning, and this is how it looked. This is how it looked in the morning. Just did a little video right here. And ultimately, it looks more full now. It looks, all the way. There's no space for the cab drivers. There's no space for people. Also, there's a business, a cafe that is really expensive to sustain, and this cafe has already closed because they say that this situation is getting really bad. So this is the actual situation right now as we speak. See a police officer over there. It's a friend of ours. This is the migrant camp at around 5 o'clock in the morning. 5 something in the morning. Now, after what I just told you, and after what I just said, I will leave this video with this right here. I will leave this video, and I will end this 40-some minute video with this. Representative Rashida Tlaib says this after what I just did. After what I just told you, that there was an agreement between the Biden administration, the Jen Psaki, Jen Psaki, the House Speaker, they just told they had an agreement with the Mexican government, with the Honduras government, with the Guatemala government to militarize the borders. Now you get a person that falls into their same footsteps. Do they know what they're doing, for God's sake? Can they make up their mind? Rashida Tlaib right here says, policing in our country, it is inherently and intentionally racist. Who's going to be the one that is in charge of law and order? I don't know. In her eyes, I don't know. And it says, no more policing, incarceration, and militarization. The Biden administration just said that they told Mexico to send 10,000 troops to protect the borders, 7,000 to Honduras to protect the borders, and 1,500 to Guatemala. That's 18,500 military troops to the borders around to prohibit people from coming in. Isn't it hypocritical what she's saying? It's just amazing. Wow. Is the left lying? Cállate, estúpido. Me dijeron ahí ahorita. Is the left lying? Amazing. Amazing. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News. In America's Voice News. Good morning to everybody. Drinking my coffee right here. I will do this show in Spanish also for people to understand how the left in the United States of America, it is lying. And they don't talk about the statements of Jen Psaki, that they're humongous statements saying this militarization at the borders, let's make it more difficult for them. In a few words, make them suffer more. But they're calling me a racist, an anti-migrant guy. No, I am all for migrants. And I believe that everybody deserves a better life and a better opportunity for their families. And I believe that everybody needs to get a better opportunity in life for their families. The way that the United Nations is using you guys, it is incorrect and it is inhumane. Now you see that Jen Psaki, it is just using you. And she, in her own words, said to make it more difficult for you, for you to suffer, for you to go through horrible things. Like I know, I heard, I have interviewed you guys. I know what you go through. I know the situations that you go through. I know how hard it is for you guys to get away all the way over here. But now you're hearing it from their own mouth. But the leftists and the activists, they're pushing for the $4 billion. Just send us the $4 billion. We don't care what's going on in the South. Just give us the $4 billion. That's what all we need. Let's funnel that money, man. Amazing. Follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero. You can follow him today. He's on McAllen, Texas, man. Go and watch his page. He's in McAllen, Texas. He will be live in McAllen, Texas today, broadcasting today. Yesterday, he did a phenomenal video of a migrant camp over there and also a station. Go and watch his video. I'm not going to talk about it. Go and watch his video. Follow him at YouTube, Facebook, Parler, Orbeez, Instagram, and also Rumble. You can follow me. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube. I'm live in 2 platforms. I'm live at YouTube right now. Say hello to everybody at YouTube. How's everybody doing? Saludos a todos en YouTube. Ahorita voy a estar en vivo en español. I will be live in Spanish in YouTube and Facebook also. I'll take a little break. And you can follow me at YouTube, Instagram also. I'm doing lives on Instagram every once in a while. I'm doing live feeds. I'm trying to grow Instagram little by little. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. Also at Facebook. Subscribe to my channel on Facebook right here. And also Telegram and Rumble. I'm trying to barely get into Rumble little by little. So follow me at Rumble. And also follow our colleague Ben Bergquam from Real America's Boys News. Download the app at Roku and also Amazon.com. And also follow Will Johnson with Unite America First. And follow all the people that you want to follow, man. Just spread the truth, man. I'm not a left wing. I'm not a right wing. I'm not. I'm for no political party. Thank God. I have grown in Mexico, born and raised in Mexico. And as you are born and raised in Mexico, you get to see the injustice of a system. The injustice of the system. Like the song of Rage Against the Machine says, know your enemy. You guys know that band, right? One of my favorite bands, Against the Know your enemy. So I'm against the injustice in my country, in Mexico. The politics in my country, in Mexico, that is so unfair. And they take advantage of our liberty and our freedom. In our just barely little resources that we have. God bless you all. I will see you guys in later on this afternoon in English. I will talk to you guys later on this afternoon in English. We will talk about the globalist environmental climate change agreements that are happening with John Kerry and the governor of the city of Mexico, that is Claudia Sheinbaum, which they are having a virtual meeting to talk about the Paris deal and climate change. It is unbelievable what is happening with the globalist compact and the globalist agreements of climate change. Watch out for that. It is coming. It's an absolute control. It was a pleasure talking to you guys on this morning. Stay safe. If you consider this information important for you guys, there's my PayPal on my page. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, peace and love, everybody, because always your country's first. God bless.
van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days, and it's been weeks, and he hasn't said anything. Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best. Sacrifice for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! Porque la Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.